In this video, traders, we're going to look at the importance of separating home and work life. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Okay, so this series is talking about trading from home, and I'm talking about specifically the importance of separating your home and work life. Now, listen, if you're trading from home, it's a great place to trade. It works for a lot of people. Some people prefer an office, some people prefer home for multiple reasons. But if you're trading from home, it can be very easy for home and work, and again, I'm calling trading work here, to mesh together and become one, and that becomes dangerous. So let's look at some kind of tips, tricks and hints for separating that work and home life. Now, we've got a series of videos out where we talk about working from home and the strategies and avoiding distractions and this kind of stuff. So definitely avoid distractions. Go and check that video out as well, and that helps you separate things. But here's some ideas as well. So when you're trading, you focused on trading, that's it. You don't end up doing any home stuff while you are trading. Now, that's not to say you don't say, well, I'm trading between these hours and then I've got my free time, then I'm trading from these hours. That's fine, you do what you want in the free time. But let's say if you were sitting on the screen from kind of 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock, then that should be dedicated screen/work time. It shouldn't be, even if it's quiet, even if you've done your research and you're specifically waiting for a setup or whatever it may be, don't get into the temptation of kind of just doing some home stuff, doing some things around the home that perhaps you would need doing, a bit of DIY, this and that, the other. You know, that doesn't help keeping that split. The other thing is to have very specific times when you're looking at it. So looking at the screen. So most people got an office at home, whatever it may be, screens up, etc. Now the habit, and I can say that when I was trading from home, this is the kind of stuff that I fell into, is that screens will be on almost all the time because there's always something happening, right? And you think, well, I want to make sure what's going on. I want to keep an eye on the kind of the currencies when the stuff's closed, or the overnight futures, and you kind of finish trading, then you carry on doing whatever you're doing, maybe go out and come back and the screens are on, you're looking, you're constantly looking, nipping in and out. It's a really bad way of doing it, guys, because it doesn't have that separation. You need to say to yourself, hey, listen, you know, when the screens go off, that's it, I'm done. Okay, now, that doesn't necessarily mean you don't check in. You might have times when you check in, but you go in, you specifically check in, you make sure you allocate time to do that as if you were at work, as opposed to having it on all the time, because it just gets blurred, it just gets meshed. And also the kind of feeling or the urge to trade is always there, which is not good, because when you're closed, you kind of see something moving, you might go and you might place a trade, which isn't part of your trading strategy, isn't part of your trading plan. So definitely when the day is done, switch it off. If you're coming back to do research, fine. If that's planned in, that's fine, but not just ad hoc diving, dipping in and out and looking at the screens. That's a bad strategy. Okay, another thing that I didn't personally do this, but I know someone who did, or actually no, I know somebody who told me about this. What he used to do, he spent a long time in corporate world in central London, and so what he would do, he was really focused on making this a good business. But he had a room, an office basically in his house, and what he would do was wake up in the morning, and he found that again he was struggling to kind of mix this home and work time. And so what he would do is he would literally get himself dressed for work, put on his suit, he would walk out to the station, which happened to be close to his house. He'd go to the station, he'd then walk back, he'd come back into his home, he'd go straight to his trading office and he'd sit down. Now, that might seem to some as quite excessive, but it's just a hack so that your mind is thinking, okay, well, I'm out the door now, the door's shut, okay, home life is gone, I'm going to work. He went to the station as he would normally have done with his career. He normally got on the train and went into London and what have you, but this time he would just come back from the station and he would go through the door, and assuming that was now the office, and he would do the same in the evening when he finished. Now, who cares? If that works for you, then that's fine, right? You're doing whatever you need to do to make it work. You're hacking it, if you like, to make it work. And so, that's one way of doing it. It's one way of saying, okay, I need to separate that work from home life. Another way of doing it is to make sure that if you're trading from home, make sure that you get up, you get dressed, and you get into work, okay? Too many people get up, they kind of sit there in their pajamas or boxers or whatever and trading, and it's not conducive, guys. I know it's temptation when you're trading from home, you're like, well, I don't need to be fully dressed. And yeah, I'm not saying you have to be fully dressed in a suit and tie, but just doing it and having the discipline to be facing the market in the correct frame of mind. So, at least getting up, shower, shaving, getting yourself dressed and sitting in front of the screens, and the routine that you create before you go to the market will help you loads. And often we kind of negate that and don't do the routine that we should do because the office is right there. So separating that work and home life, definitely do that. Try that thing. Perhaps not necessarily going down to the station platform, but maybe just going out the door and coming back in, whatever works for you. Whether you're shutting the door, but just having that separation, mental separation. Even though from an onlooker it looks kind of silly, like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Who cares? If it works for you and it enables you to separate it so you can focus 100% on your trading when you're trading and 100% on your home and family life when you're not trading, then it's going to work well over the long term. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Any of your tips, tricks, hints, etc. I'd appreciate them, and I'll maybe share them and do another video on it. Take care. Bye-bye.